Hello, Beard Wizard family. Welcome to a special episode of Beard Wizard Reviews. I'm your host, Beard Wizard Man, also known as Trevor on social media. Links of which you're going to find in that video description below, including ways to support this channel, like clicking that red subscribe button and getting us as close to 5,000 subscribers as soon as possible. But let's see if we can round out the year with 4,500 so we can push on to a bigger goal next year. It's a little bit late. It's a little bit unusual for me to do a review show, but this artist came across my feed earlier today, actually, while I was doing Crystal Lake's review. And the more I thought about it, the more I didn't want to wait to do this one until tomorrow. I was actually going to do it tomorrow. I just didn't want to wait. I feel like this song rounds out and represents this year more than anything else I've heard. And there's an interesting backstory. But first, I usually have this pulled up and I forgot. So a little background on Iyah. We are doing Iyah's Karmageddon. I think I'm saying that right. Is Iyah or Iyah? Man, is there a page for this artist? Like, what is Cairns born artist Iyah? I mean, there's no Wikipedia page. I'm guessing. I'm looking at this interview. She grew up in Kuranda. Now, forgive me for not knowing where Kuranda is. Australia. Okay. So she's from Australia. In the village near Queensland. If I'd kept reading, I would have seen Queensland. She likes big city vibes, fast-paced life. When did she start doing music? I don't know, honestly, if there was a Wikipedia page, but there's not yet. Iyah's relatively new. We can tell based on, her YouTube channel doesn't have a ton of songs yet. But the interesting story behind this is she wrote this song, Karmageddon. Her manager or her agent, I can't remember which, it's probably in the description. Let me make sure I get this right for you guys. Leading to the end of her manager. Okay, so this song has sparked significant conversation and controversy. Iyah has stood her ground. She refused to compromise her vision and when asked to change a key lyric line, leading to the end of her contract with her manager. She chose to walk away from her record label, and now fully independent, Iyah continues to carve her own path as an artist. That right there is the big part that caught my eye. She had a contract. She had a manager. And she refused to compromise. She refused to change her vision, her art for $1. And that's huge. As an independent writer myself, that's huge. To turn that down and to walk away and to stay true to her vision. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this, because that hits really close to home as an artist myself. But also, like I said, this song encapsulates this year, probably the best I've heard. So we're going to take a look at Iyah's Karmageddon. Pause is necessary to talk about the music. This is a live review show. If you're new here, it's not a reaction. It's a little bit different. I have listened to this before. I don't want anybody getting the wrong impression. If you're in the live stream, say hi, and if you're watching the recording, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. This is Karmageddon from Iyah.
Play from the start.
Cheers.
I open up my phone on a Monday morning, staring at my screen. I'm tired and a little lonely. Mr. Muskie says some shit that left so angry. Twitter wars and Gaza, man, it's overwhelming.
Right?
Maybe that's how life becomes when people less important than a profit line. No one cares about about your dreams and pay your tax on time. Keep scrolling, hold me near to you now. Gender, guns, religion, and
I love how she touches on, like, starts out, and I don't know if this was the intent, but opening up your phone because you're a little lonely. A lot of people get all of the, like, they get so much dopamine, they get so much gratification from the interaction they get on social media. A little different than doom scrolling, which is also kind of a thing that we do that's not necessarily good for us, but getting that social interaction from strangers online because you're lonely is pretty sad. And then she's right, it's overwhelming. It's no matter where you look, it's somebody offended by what somebody said, or it's so much. And again, people less important than a profit line, it very poignant lyrics that touch on a lot of things this year we're going to find through this whole song.
lie, no one cares about your dreams, just pay your tax on time. Keep scrolling, hold me near to you now. Gender, guns, religion, and abortion rights. You better pick a tribe and ain't the other side. Keep scrolling.
Right?
Did you see Taylor live?
We have to keep hating.
Man-made virus, watch some millions die. Biggest profit of their lives. Here's inflation, that's your prize. This is Karmageddon. Turn on the news and eat their lies. Kim or Kanye, pick a side. Cancel culture, what a vibe. This is Karmageddon. Corporations swear they
I love that. Okay, so musically, I love her voice. It's got an interesting tone that I like. The song, the backing track is a little poppy. It's a little bit quirky. I think her voice would work really well with some rock backgrounds, though, too. I'm a rock guy, so I'm gonna naturally think that way. But I love that they talk about go to the news and eat their lies, but then it's basically being divided by Kim or Kanye, or she's going to go into these different metaphors with other divisive topics. But at the end of it, it's like, here's what's really happening. And then, but you open the news and here you have to pick Kanye or Kim because that's really what matters. Or did you hear what Taylor said? Or, like, that's what we're being fed as important topics. And I love that she's calling that out here.
Kim or Kanye, pick a side. Cancel culture, what a vibe. This is Karmageddon. Corporations swear they never lie. Politicians bribe for life. More than war, it's genocide. This is Karmageddon. Welcome to the chaos of the times. If you go left and I go right, pray we get out alive. This is Karmageddon.
I agree, Ed.
It's Fashion Week, celebs.
I know this is just supposed to be a lyric music video, but it's interesting clips, and I don't know if it is the intent, but the video is unnerving, as is the topic of the video. So it may seem like just a hodgepodge of different clips being mashed together, but it's creating this sort of unnerving feel that I think it should. And Ed says in the chat, shades of Taylor Momsen. Yeah, I can see that for sure. She's got the look, kind of the sound. It's that rich, kind of not deep voice, but kind of thick and rich voice that's not too high, not too piercing, not too soft. Works really well. That's why I think she'd do good with rock or metal behind her, because her voice has got the tone to come through it in a setting like that. So weird.
Fashion Week, celebs lose ribs. Balenciaga house the kids. Just as Drake, he's losing beef. Kendrick killed him in his sleep. This track's about beating up your queen. Well, we
right touching on that part of the music industry that should be horrifying. Not just that, but Balenciaga children and the diss tracks and basically talking beating women. And it's not just in diss tracks. It's not there is certain genres of music that sort of elevate or normalize behavior that we should consider horrifying. And instead it makes millions of dollars and people talk about it endlessly and has millions of fans. And yeah, it's pretty disturbing.
Beef, Kendrick killed him in his sleep. This track's about beating up your queen. While women dying doesn't cause a scene. While we're fed all these distractions, kids are killed from Israel's actions. I'ma speak my mind, sick to death of all these crazy lies. A circus for your melodies decline. We just want a peaceful life, give the people back their rights. And I still got a beef, cause Fauci's laughing and we've been asleep. And who's a liar and it's running deep. Big pharma finna eat, they a devil make 'em weak. Man-made virus, watch some millions die. Biggest profit of their lives. Here's inflation, that's your prize. This is Karmageddon. Turn on the news and eat their lies.
Welcome, James.
Kim or Kanye, pick a side. Cancel culture, what a vibe. This is Karmageddon. Corporations swear they never lie. Politicians bribe for life. War and war, it's genocide. This is Karmageddon. Welcome to the chaos of the times. If you go left and I go right, pray we make it out alive. This is Karmageddon.
Yeah, that had a really catchy chorus too, and I don't know if this is the intent to draw from that, but a lot of it feels like Karmageddon is on us. We have allowed ourselves to be distracted by these things. We have fed into that beast. We have allowed ourselves to be divided and pick sides and pick tribes, and because of that, this is the karma that we're reaping. This is a lot of this is on us. There are people at the center of it. There are organizations, corporations, media, politicians at the center of it that are driving this. But at the end of the day, you and I can decide what we consume, can decide what we think, and can decide what we do with that information. And Karmageddon is really just as much on us as it is on everybody else that caused this, because we don't have to participate in this stupid freaking game that they play on us. We don't have to. We do. That was a great track. I agree. Ed says, what a great time. Yeah, that's a great one. We're going to definitely add Iyah to the list. Iyah, I'm not sure if I'm saying the right. I'm going to have to look that up and see how I'm supposed to be saying that. But we are going to add her to the list of artists that we review. She's going in the book, and we will look at Iyah again in the future. That was a great track, and I'm looking forward to more. Thank you for joining me, Ed and James and everybody else, to an unusual and late Beard Wizard Reviews. I will be back here in just a little while with a game stream, so don't go too far. I will see you guys all again soon. You have a great one. Much love.